G'day folks, today I got something a little bit different for you. Today we're going to be looking at a fourth axis for your DJI Osmo Pocket. What is a fourth axis, how do you use it, and what does it do? Let's jump in and take a look. So I was contacted by Scotty from ScottyMakes Stuff.com, and he asked me if I wanted to take a look at his fourth axis for the Osmo Pocket. I thought they looked really interesting and said, yeah, definitely send them along, I'll take a look at them. And I must say I'm actually really impressed with them. Now I'll get into some demonstrations here in a minute, but let's talk about what a fourth axis is and why you would want to use it. So most gimbals, whether it be on a drone or one of the handheld gimbals for a GoPro, even the Osmo Pocket here, they are a 3-axis gimbal. So there's 3 points at which it's being stabilized. But a common problem, and this is across the board with all gimbals, not just the Osmo Pocket, you sometimes get that bouncing up and down motion because there is no stabilization for up and down. It tilts up and down, but if you're going at different elevations, that's going to show in your video. With a lot of practice and the right stance, you can get around that, basically walking around like a ninja. It's not always easy to achieve, and especially if you're just out filming for a day, sometimes you're just, casually filming and you're not like walking around crouched down trying to get that really smooth footage. That up and down motion is sometimes referred to as the Z-axis, and that's where a device like this comes in. It kind of compensates for that up and down motion. Now they make 2 different versions here. They make a more compact one, and I'll kind of get into it in a minute here, but let's take a look at this one here first. Now they are just 3D printed, and that could be a problem for some people. Not everybody likes 3D printed products, but they are well made, and I have been playing around with it for about a week now, and I haven't had any problems with it. With this particular version, it gives you the option of holding the handle in different ways. You can undo that dial there. You can have the handle pointing down like that, kind of like a pistol grip. Some people are most comfortable holding a product like that. You can have it like I first showed you, kind of like a flashlight style grip. And some people are more comfortable that way. You can also angle it up and get some nice low shots. And you can have it at any different variation in between. Installation is very simple. The Osmo Pocket just fits in there like that. And as you can see, it moves around. And don't let that bouncing scare you. The first time I took this out, I had never used one before, and I started walking with it, and I can see this thing moving up and down like that, and I was like, whoa, this footage is going to be worse than without using it at all. It's going to be all over the place. But when I got home and I looked at the footage, it was silky smooth. That bobbing up and down was actually the fourth axis working, and shows you just how much variation there actually is. So it does actually work very well, and we'll get into the comparisons here in a minute. Now there are a couple adjustments you can make to this fourth axis. Now I'm not going to get into it in this video, as the Scotty Makes Stuff YouTube channel actually has some tutorials that you can go and check out. But basically, in the bottom here, there is an Allen key. There's 2 points at which we can adjust, right here and right there. This first one basically is depending on how you have it angled. The second one here is to do with the dampening and how much bounce is in there. So that's different for everybody. I didn't really do too much adjusting to it. I just followed his instructions on his YouTube channel, and it worked very well. Now, one thing that some people have a problem with is that it is quite large. You may not want to carry this around with you all day because it doesn't pack up nice. If you want something that's just going to fit in your pocket, this really isn't a solution for you. So what they did is develop this version. And it is basically exactly the same thing, except it's more compact. You can see there it all kind of folds into itself. Has a little button there for releasing it. Your Osmo Pocket fits into it the same way, but it has the added bonus that it can fit inside and close up nice, and you can throw this right into your pocket. The only downside to this version is that it's not as comfortable to hold. So this first video I'm showing you here is just me walking with the Osmo Pocket in my hand, and as you'll notice, it is bouncing up and down. You can kind of see as I'm stepping, I'm trying to walk as smooth as I can, but you still get that kind of up and down motion. So now I'm going to speed the footage up 6 times because that's when you really see it. So with it sped up here, you can really see it jittering, the micro jitters, and the up and down movement. So now here I am walking with the Osmo Pocket mounted in the fourth axis. You can see that it's a lot smoother. You know, it's not perfect, but I was actually walking on some very uneven terrain. It was slippery and muddy because it's spring here in Canada. The snow's just melted, so everything's kind of mucky. And, you know, it did a really good job. You can see that all those micro jitters are gone, and it's not bobbing up and down nearly as much. So now let's do a side-by-side comparison. First, I'll play it at normal speed so you can see the difference between the two units. You'll notice the one on the left-hand side is without the fourth axis, and it is moving quite a bit. It's bobbing up and down. The video on the right-hand side is with the Osmo Pocket mounted in the fourth axis, and you can see that it is a lot smoother. It's much more noticeable when I run the side-by-side here. Now we'll speed up the footage again. We will play it at 6 times the speed, and you'll notice a big difference again when both are playing side by side. So yeah, you can see that that fourth axis does add a lot of smoothness to the shot. Now going back to that shot, when I was filming it, like I mean, this thing was like moving up and down like that. It's very deceiving. You think it's going to be all over the place when you go back to watch it, but yeah, it shows you just how much work these things actually do and how much of the motion it takes out. At the time of this filming, I was just checking their website, and they are on sale right now. $49, I believe, is what he's charging for them. Now, one thing I haven't mentioned yet is that it does have a 1/4-20 mount at the bottom of the handle, and it has one here at the top of this hinge part. And you can add an accessory there if you so wish. Definitely go and check out his website. It's scottymakesstuff.com. So yeah, folks, that's basically it for my video, a fourth axis for the DJI Osmo Pocket. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos, and we'll see you in the next one.